Big money! Big prizes! I love it! It's PrinnyCast, episode 30 for April 20th, 2013. And yet another crazy week, yet again. It never ends. But I'm joined today, as always, with Mike.
Hello.
And Grover couldn't make it once again. It almost looked like he was going to make it today, but just at the last minute, seriously, it was like just 2 hours ago that I found out that he wasn't going to be with us. But we do have a special guest with us. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Good morning, I am Alexandre, and I'm a French person. I have a weak English skills, but I have a huge knowledge in video games culture. So I will try to do my best to interact with you during this podcast.
Well, welcome to the show. It's great having you on here. We've been talking about having you on for a while, so...
Thank you.
So, without further ado, special thanks to longplays.org for all their help and assistance getting us some game footage. And thanks to galaxypugs.com, home of the PrinnyCast forums, and a place to find Unreal Tournament and Minecraft servers. They have a new Unreal Tournament coming up this June. Don't forget Grover's channel on YouTube at PCGOTW, which he actually uploaded again for the first time in months yesterday. So, got some Balloons 5 footage on there. And PrinnyCast_Grover on Twitch TV, where he generally streams this show. You can also catch Mike's channel at Ruzaz. So, usually at this point in the show, we talk about what games we've been playing this week. So, why don't you go ahead and start us off, Alexander?
This week I have lots of new games like Paper Mario Sticker Star that I recently buy, and I think this is a great. I want to finish this game before starting the next game, which is Kid Icarus Uprising on 3DS, and which apparently looks a great game. I heard that there is some interesting multiplayer mods and great graphism and good gameplay too.
Just watch that controller.
Yeah. I think Paper Mario is a great game because he has this particular spirit, this particular soul. The story still simple, but there is an attraction of it.
I don't own a single Paper Mario game, but I've enjoyed them all, so
No, you have to
they
try.
have a really good humor to them.
Yeah.
You must try, because if you love Mario's game, this is another way to understand Mario's world, you know?
And it's almost a spiritual successor to the old Super Nintendo Super Mario RPG, so...
So for Kid Icarus, I have no idea of what is the context of the game. I know... yes, Pete, sorry. Through Super Smash Bros. Brawl on Wii, one of the best game of all the times. And
long time since Kid Icarus has been in a game. I think his last one was on the black and white Game Boy.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
You're an old gamer.
Yeah.
A veteran. And yes, for Paper Mario, this is a very elaborated game. This is a gameplay very original. There is a main idea of the gameplay. You can collect during the game some stickers, collect them, and during the fights, the struggle, try to use them as weapons. For example, you have some Mario boots. You click on it, and Mario jumps on the enemy, and it can be. This is an offensive item. That there is also a beneficial item for Mario, like mushrooms, you know, which classically give him some life points. And then you have the shining stickers, which is the ultimate stickers. This is the special attack. This is funny because during the adventure you collect these items that you can collect, but they are in 3D, whereas the game is in 2D.
They started that in the Wii one, didn't they?
Yes. But in this game, the item that you collect are basic item in the life of every day, you know, like scissors and and what could I say?
So you've basically been really enjoying the game.
Yes, absolutely. It's a great game. It's a simple game, but this simplicity made that the game still good, you know?
Well, I've said a few times that a lot of the more cartoonier games, like Mario and Sonic, seem to have a longer lasting life than all of these really super realistic games. Because they age so much better. Yeah, absolutely. The industry of video games are showing us that it's true, because
Sonic developed more and more in 2D. There is a back to the past, and Sonic adopts this retro aspect because that's the aspect that people loved too. They're still nostalgic and something like that.
And a lot of the older games still look good because of that art style.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whereas when you're trying to do a really realistic game, like the old GoldenEye for Nintendo 64, it's still a great game, but it's certainly not aged very well.
No. It has been readapted, no?
Several times in several different ways.
Yeah, okay.
So what have you been up to, Mike?
Mostly Diablo 3. I have some video footage of it uploaded to my Twitch channel. Haven't played a whole lot of it on stream, just because I need to buy some more RAM before I can stream properly. So it's mostly just Diablo 3. I didn't play any Luigi's Mansion this week.
Great game.
It is very, very fun. I have played past the first area of the game, the first mansion, and that was a lot of fun. So I will be starting the second mansion this week.
Okay.
So yeah, mostly it's Diablo 3 and the Yu-Gi-Oh that I played with you last night, Chris.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Which...
Yes.
Which I did extremely well for my first set of games, but I was also being tutored at the time, so...
Yeah.
I was kind of being cheated for.
I also played a couple of hours of Terra Online because it went free to play. So a couple of my friends picked it up, and whenever they pick stuff up, they like to get me to try it with them. So I played a couple hours of Terra Online, and it was not bad. It's
not
different.
Bad games.
Yeah, it's kind of like a mix between an MMORPG like World of Warcraft and an action RPG. So it's pretty. I like that aspect of it. It's more responsive. It feels more like a typical video game than a sit and wait for your character to auto attack.
Yes.
So, but that's aside from that, that's really all I've been playing.
Well, I've of course grabbed the Congregate games as usual. There's only a couple of them I actually put more than like 15 minutes into, one of which was Galaxy Siege. I played that one all the way through. Took me a couple of days to do it in between. That was kind of fun. It was one part, I don't even know how to describe it. It's a little different than most. It's basically one of those space shooters like the old shmups, but has nothing to do with skill whatsoever. So maybe I can get some footage of that. Just one of those simple little free flash games. I play those every now and then because they're just easy to jump into and get out of when I need to get back to work.
Yeah.
And I also tried out a game from Moa Cube called Bonfire. That's a roguelike turn-based RPG battle thing. It plays a little bit like old school Final Fantasy with you've got characters on one side, enemies on the other, and then you choose what you do and attack back and forth, turn-based style. But this one tries to simplify things, and I think it does it a little too much because it feels like one of those freebie games. Matter of fact, I've seen better freebie games on Congregate that does the same thing, sometimes better. And this one, to buy into the alpha, is $8. So I could not bring myself to do that, especially after the demo. There's a lot of stuff I like about it, but they're going to have to add a whole lot more before I can find myself paying that much. And I played me some PS2 for the first time in ages as I got a hold of some Samurai Warriors. It has been so long since I played any of the Dynasty Warriors kind of games, and partly because of last week's crossover show where we ended the show talking about Warrior Orochi briefly, and it was like, I have not played one of those in a long time, so I've probably put about 3-4 hours into some Samurai Warriors. All right. Let me see. I'm supposed to be splitting these shows up now, and I'm not keeping track of my time very well. So join us for part 2 after these messages.
Man, you really boned me with that.